Welcome to Step 1 Finance and welcome to video number 3 of 4. If you did not see the first two videos, please click the link above and go watch those. The first 4 videos of this channel, you need to watch in order so you know how to get everything rolling. Let's jump right into it. This is my budget. This is how I write my budget every month. I'm sorry, it looks a little messy here. I tried to cram a lot of things in on this smaller whiteboard. So basically, down at the bottom of the page, I put all my bills in order by due dates, and that's it. Put all your bills in order by due dates and get your minimum monthly payments. And add them up. Add up your total for the month and get a total. So this is obviously I have more bills than this. This is everything on here is just to make things easier. Nothing on here is exact to what I do. I mean, like number wise. So if your gas bill is $80 a month and it fluctuates between 80 to 90, make it 90. Always estimate up. Electric bill, sometimes your electric bill will be 98 and maybe you used a little bit more, it was 120. You have an idea of what your averages are, but always estimate up. That way you're always going to be on the safe side. So up here, you're going to have these columns up here. You got pay, you got bills, and then we'll get to this in a minute. Let me take this off of here. You got totals and you got carryover. So the pay, like I said, we get 6 pays weekly, bi-weekly, and then you add them up. So however many pays you get that month, you add them up. Your take-home pay, not your gross. Bills, we know by the way we're doing this that every week I need $277.50 to pay the bills out of every pay. And how I get this number is I take my total of my bills and I divide it by how many pays we get. I get 6 pays this month, and between the two of us, so I take the bills and divide it by the 6 pays, and that comes out to $277.50 per pay. This column here, after we put our bills in order, we're going to start saying, every pay, this is what we're paying, this pay. So the first pay, we're going to pay the gas and phone. $150 for phone, $80 for gas. It's $230. So that's our total for the week, or for that pay, per pay. So you take the $277.50 minus the $230, you get $47.50. This is the carryover column. Whatever you have here for this pay gets carried over to the next pay. So $277.50 plus the $47.50 minus the electric bill, which is $100. So our total for that pay is $100. That's what we're paying that pay. So you subtract that, you get $225. Take the $225, you add the next pay. You see a pattern here? This pay, this pay, we're not paying anything this time, so we don't have a total. So this comes over here, $502.80. That's the $277.50 plus the $225. $50. And then you just keep going. And then at the end of the month, on the bills, you have 0 because we wrote everything down, we added everything up, and we knew exactly what we needed per pay to take care of our bills. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Like I said, you don't have to do it this exact way, but this is the basis of what I believe needs to be done. If you do overestimate on bills and you have 10, 12 extra dollars, in your carryover for the last pay, then it gets put down on your, whatever you have left over. So down here I got gas and groceries. You remember my last one, bills, groceries, and gas. That's it. Here's our bills, groceries, and gas. I'm estimating $400 for the month for groceries and $200 for the month for gas. Once again, these are just round figures. So that's $600 for the 2. Divide that by the 6 pays, we get $100 a week. So this 100 is going to be on top of this per pay. So we're going to need $377.50 per pay in order to do this budget. The reason why I don't put the food and gas up here, I've personally, I've always kept the food and gas separated because I know I'm not spending. So I'm not worried about using my food and gas money. This is, when you're on this, it's bills, groceries, and gas. I mean, that's it. There is no spend money. So we know we're not losing any money anywhere because we're not spending. Hey, you want to go out to eat? No, we can't. We're on a budget. It's as simple as that. People are going to look at you different when you're doing this. Especially friends. And you might even get some people that, just, they don't believe in you. Whatever, good luck with that. Well, prove them wrong. That's what I say. We did. So, where are we at here? So the gas and groceries, so it's a total of $600. What I recommend is taking cash out for these. Get 2 envelopes, get your food envelope together, and get your groceries envelope together. The reason why I recommend doing cash over paying for credit is that you're not going to overspend. If you know your car takes $30 in gas, you give your spouse $30 and say, hey, here's your gas money. That way you're not going in, you're buying a drink, a candy bar, a sandwich at the shop. You shouldn't need all that stuff because you packed your lunch for work. Groceries, same thing. You want to take a list. Take a list to the grocery store, get exactly what you need. And if you shop enough, you're going to have an idea what those prices are. So, take $350. I got to the point where I go grocery shopping and I don't even need my phone. I'm adding the stuff up as I'm walking through the store, and I'm within a couple bucks pretty much every time. I'm so used to shopping and, adding everything up in my head all the time. So, I don't even need to calculate it, but I do recommend doing that at first. If you have your list, pull your calculator out on your phone and add everything up, so you're not going over the cash amount that you have with you to purchase your groceries with. Coupons. Don't be afraid to cut coupons. Every little bit helps. Every dollar you save is a dollar towards debt. Big box stores. I do not recommend going to big box stores where you pay your membership for the year. I find it very hard to walk into one of these places with a grocery list when the minimum thing is like $5. I mean, pretty much everything you're throwing in your cart is $5 to $7. Not to mention that you're surrounded by a bunch of things that are not groceries that could distract you from what you're there for. And I find it very hard to keep a budget when you're shopping at one of these places. The reason why I have 6, if you have a big family, like we have 5, and we didn't feel the need there, so maybe 6 or more. You feel the need to go there. If you go there, you go there. I'm just telling you what worked for us and what I found from researching these places. So, everything is just my recommendation from what I have done in the past. Generic foods. Generic foods could be 50% off of name brands. So I highly recommend shopping generic. And then the fuel perks I threw on there, just to reiterate that I cannot stress that initial $45 that I paid for those 3 gas cans and the $12 that I paid for that shaker hose, it's paid for itself numerous times. I can't, it's amazing, what we leave at the pump. I just remembered this down here. I'm sorry I skipped over this. So basically, this is your pay, this is your money at the end of after you pay all your bills and your gas and your groceries. That's where I got this figure out here. So it's your total pay minus your gas and groceries, and that's what we have to pay debt. So before you do that, the first month that we are on track of everything, you need $1,000 in your emergency fund. The emergency fund gets built before you go on to the debt snowball or debt avalanche. You got to have backups. Put this in a savings account, preferably one that's not linked to your checking account, so you don't go dipping into this. If you have a credit union or anything like that, or just I prefer putting it into a separate account if you can. And then after you pay your emergency fund, we're off to the races. We're off to paying off debt and getting that done. So, and I guess I'll say it in this video. So, if you had to use your emergency fund for something, let's say you're 3 months into your debt paying and the washer goes, and that's what, $500-600, let's say, or you take the $500-600 out of your emergency fund, everything gets stopped. You pause everything on your debt snowball or avalanche, and you put that money back in the emergency fund. So if you use $500 on your emergency fund, everything gets stopped, and at the end of the month, you make sure you pay this emergency fund back first, and then you get back on with your program. We used our emergency fund over the course of 4 years only like 3 or 4 times, but we stopped everything, got that back up to $1,000, and then we moved back on again. So that's all I got for this video. The next videos, I'm just going to give a quick rundown of the debt avalanche and the debt snowball. I'm going to try to keep these videos a little shorter. The first 2, I had a lot to get off my chest, so I hope they weren't too long to bore you guys. And as always, I am not a financial advisor, and this is everything on this channel is just formed from my opinion and our experience from what we did to get to where we are now. I appreciate if you would subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I post videos, and give me a like on the video, and I appreciate it, guys. I'll see you next time.